How's it going, gamers? Welcome back to some more Super Mario 3D World, the Mario game that's all 3 dimensions. Super Mario 3D Land just doesn't exist, I guess, but anyways, last time we played through a little bit of World 2, that's what we're gonna continue to do today, pretty much. This right here is a little mystery house, and in here, you pretty much beat a whole bunch of enemies to get a whole bunch of those green stars I'm so obsessed with. This one, I'm not really expecting too much difficulty from at all in the slightest. You also gotta do it within a time limit too, and it appears that we also do not have any power-ups on us right now either. It's a little bit of a risky situation here, but nonetheless, that is room number 2 done. We're also playing as Toad today as well. I decided to switch things up. We've been playing as Peach a whole lot lately. Pretty much Toad can't hover in midair without the cat suit, but he runs slightly faster, I believe. It's all just like the mechanics in Super Mario Bros. 2 on NES, but I think like heavily nerfed too at the same time. It appears that, oh my goodness, we just barely made that. Sucks that I had to use the extra power-up though in the slot down there. But anyways, that is this room complete right there. That has 5 additional stars. Stupendous. Beautiful. Alright, here we've got a Gloomba blockade right here. I'm not really sure how much harder this is gonna be compared to the Charging Chuck blockade we met earlier. Oh my goodness, these dudes are huge. This is gonna be rather difficult, but we're still really getting through here. Do not do that. Oh man. This is actually getting to be a very interesting a very interesting episode so far. That's the first time we've died. But we'll try that again. It's really convenient how it automatically like retries the stage, unlike in other Mario games, to go back to the world map and then hop back into the level, which is a little bit annoying, especially if like you're gonna just keep on trying the level over and over again. But there we go, that's that level done. Really sucks that we had to die though, not gonna lie. Then I believe it's one more level and then we face the boss, who may or may not be Bowser. It's not Bowser every single time. I believe I've said that in the past, but like, it varies. There's also a 1-up over there that I'm gonna nab, so you can pretty much just run right down here and go along here and just claim that thing. Now it's time for this level, which this is a pretty hard level if you're trying to get all 3 stars. This pretty much has what's known as the double cherry in it, and yeah, it creates 2 of you right there. And there are all these pressure plates around here that require a certain amount of players to stand on them in order for them to work, and you guessed it, sometimes they lead to stars, and you can't get to the star without them, so we're probably gonna definitely be back here at some point in the future. Not really sure when, but we'll definitely be back. Also, something I really find interesting about Toad is how he looks like he's from McDonald's. Like, that is the exact same color palette right there as McDonald's right there on Toad. It's an extremely hilarious thing to look at right here, but unfortunately we are not serving any McNuggets, which really sucks, because like, nuggets, they'd be very tasty, not gonna lie, but this, yeah, we're gonna need 2 people to stand on this at the same time, so that's a star right there that we just lost. Huge oof, but maybe we can go back to this section at some point, like in a couple minutes maybe, because I do know there might be some other ones to catch, and it does not appear. Did that thing lock behind us? No, it didn't. Okay, good. So we can just get the other cherry in this level, or one of the others, and then go back, and then all will be good in the world. We can get that star, assuming we don't mess it up again. That would be very infuriating, not gonna lie. In my, there's a 3rd one right on over here. We'll take that. Now, get 2 of them on each plate right there, and boom, very nice. But those actually aren't the pressure plates I'm talking about. There are some pressure plates that move. And that's pretty much how you get to the star. It moves up to a specific area that you can only access with it, so yeah. And there, you need like 4 or 5 of these dudes like to do it too, to supply enough weight. But there's another fire flower for us. We can absolutely demolish this guy right on up here unless he kills us off. This is the area right here that I was talking about. You can't get hit once to use this pressure plate right here. If we had 3 Toads, we wouldn't be able to do it. It wouldn't do anything, but you need all the Toads, pretty much, or all whatever character you're playing to do that. It's a little bit annoying, but, you know, cool mechanic, I think. And it's great that the level, like, isn't locked behind that, too, because, like, I think you could soft lock yourself if you, like, had that. Now it's time for the castle. And the gambling, too. You want to see if I'll get 777 coins? I know you do. Let's see it. Not bad, only 100, but you know, what's the difference? It is now time to get into the castle right here and take down whoever's running this joint. And from the looks of things, we're gonna have to be dealing with some bullet bills. This is a brigade level. I think there are only like 2 or 3 of these in the entire game. But they're pretty unique. I think the boss here might be Boom Boom, actually, now that I remember correctly. But we'll see what happens when we get there. Now, something I am just experiencing right now is that if you go very far to the right on this, like when the camera doesn't move at all, the audio comes out more towards the right, at least the audio from the character you're playing as. Very interesting decision right there, but like, it's gonna feel a little bit weird on my ears eventually, because we're gonna be camping the right side of this game, or at least this level, for a good while. Also got these cannon suits right here, boxes, really? You can shoot things with them. I know you can't really see that very well, it's not a very good angle, but there's a star. What's the star doing out there? Like, just doing nothing. I believe you also need the cannon to do a little something here to get one of the stars. There's like a wooden board that you need to break, pretty much, a wall. And behind that, I believe, is a star. So, yet another level we're going to come back to at some point. But I would definitely like to get a glimpse of World 3 at the very least before we come back here. But there's the stamp. We didn't get the stamp in the previous level, now did we? We can't even get that. Yes, we can? No! We tried to get it. I mean, that was an attempt at getting it, not gonna lie, but that sucks. We have to start all the way over at the beginning now. Without a fire flower. Unless any of these blocks are willing to give it to me. Yes, very nice, thank you. We'll pretend nothing ever happened right there. Luckily the star saved when that happened too, so that's all good. And it does appear that there's just a star right out here in the open. Luckily we have gotten past the area with the stamp and successfully gotten it without dying. That's amazing, but how far away? Oh my goodness, the pipe was like right here. And I was right, it is indeed Boom Boom waiting for us here. We're gonna take this guy right out. Man, he got hit pretty quickly there, not gonna lie. I think he takes like quite a few hits in Super Mario Bros. 3 on NES, but this, he's just going down like it's nothing. A little bit OP, not gonna lie, but now he's partially invisible. Good luck trying to spot him when he goes over to the right here. Good that he doesn't stay invisible when he exits the shell, but there we go. That's Boom Boom defeated, for now at least. We'll get an extra life right there. And that's the end of World 2. Very nice. You love to see that. We've got another very interesting method of travel across the ocean right here. Welcome to World 3, which is a water/ice world. I'm gonna let you decide whether it's an ice world or a water world. I think it's honestly both. I mean, there's a lot of icebergs here, not gonna lie. And the floor is awfully solid compared to what I remember. I'm probably getting this confused with World 5, but anyways. The first level right here, this is a snow level right here. We're gonna go right on in here. Snowball Park. Probably gonna be a very easy win because we have the fire flower. Not anymore, I guess. Now you can climb the trees in these levels. There's actually a propeller box right behind this. And now we can get a lot of good height with this. Star number 1 has been collected. And not gonna lie, this propeller box is letting us absolutely cruise through this level right here, especially with Toad's speed too. And there's star number 2. That was actually pretty easy. That rabbit is actually very hard to catch with like the ice all around there. And you also gotta worry about the enemies too. Now how are we gonna deal with this right here? It appears that we've got a very narrow ledge right here. And we've got the stamp, so there we go. We just dealt with that before I could even commentate over it. That's kind of crazy on my part. And there we go. The level has all 3 stars plus the stamp collected. That was a speed run, let me tell you that. That was crazy. I didn't think I'd be able to complete it that much, or that fast. Of course I could complete it. Getting the stars in this game is something else sometimes. And now it appears that we've got another level that's going to require some stars to get. Luckily it's not required. But we're going to hop right on over there. How many stars does this require? 30, okay. 44 we've got. We're still pretty clean in terms of stars, but I have a feeling eventually, we're gonna have a time here. We're gonna have a little encounter where we're gonna need to go grab some stars, which is why I'm gonna be going back to World 2 after this to get those missing stars we didn't get. But yeah, this is a pretty interesting level. It's probably more ideal that you do this with the cat suit, which is right there, pretty convenient. There's a whole bunch of moving platforms here and things you can climb up. And it's also one where there is a missing star that I have not yet found. You gotta be very careful to not get pushed off the ledge here. There's star number 1. Can we collect it? Yes, we can. Very nice. It's really hard to, like, figure out where specifically you're at when the camera is, like, auto-scrolling like this and it's locked to, like, this one plane. Because we had, like, more of an overhead view in the other levels, but this is a little bit different. You can't really see a whole lot, like, what's behind the character, pretty much. Oh my goodness, those were some very close calls right there. I believe another star could potentially be right up here. There's the stamp. Grab that. And now we gotta get the frick back up. Holy crap. These auto-scrolling levels, they're really, really no joke. That should be star number 3. Okay, so we missed a star there. We're gonna have to come back to that if applicable, but I actually don't think I've been able to find that second star in any of my playthroughs of this game. But this right here, I believe, should be the end of the level. So yeah, very, very interesting level right there. Very dangerous level, too. We really don't want to get pushed off of those platforms, but there we go. That's the final level in World 3, at least for now. We're going to come back here, but now it's off to really rolling hills of World 2. Because I would really, really like to know where that star is, that missing one. I might know where it is. Or I might not. We'll see. Alright, so here we are. This is going to be the first star, and we've also got to look for the stamp as well. So we're going to mainly be looking at the beginning of the level here. I do have a couple theories as to where it might be. The first theory I got, could it be like right around here? It doesn't look like it, but I do find it like very interesting that there's a hill right here, right on the edge of the cliff. We're going to have to utilize some unique camera angles here. It sucks too, because I just lost the cat suit, which is extremely helpful for searching levels for things, really. There it is, right up there. Okay, right on top of that mountain, so we're gonna have to get up there. But we don't have the cat suit, now we do. And there we go, all 3 stars obtained. That was a very close jump, holy frick. That was crazy, my goodness, I thought for sure, like, I'd die there for a second. He, like, hit the side of that, but he still climbed up anyways. Crazy, but where is this stamp? It could really be anywhere, but it's definitely not up here, because this is an infinite wall. I reckon it might actually be in the mine portion of this level right here. We also almost forgot the checkpoint, too. That might be a little bit helpful for the mine, because the mine, it's a little bit interesting. You know what? I think I remember. It might be in that area that's upward. There was like this area, it's like right over here to the right. I couldn't figure out how to get up there. It's this right here, so I reckon if the star was like right there, then I reckon that the stamp could potentially be right up there, but it appears that we are not going to be able to get up there, at least for now. But we're going to have to come back here a third time in just a couple minutes. Alright, and one speed run later, we are back and hopefully not going to get hit. It's like very hard to get by this section right here without getting hit, because like there's so little room to jump. But I reckon the cat suit might be able to do a little something about that. You can just go right on up here. It appears we have found ourselves some coins and not a stamp. That actually sucks. Where the frick is this stamp, dude? Maybe it's down below, like right here-ish. Or this is where we got the 3rd star, so I think that's highly unlikely. It's a very interesting level, let me tell you that right now. This is probably like a hidden section we've brushed right by in this level. But yeah, that's all I've really got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know I sure did. I am still absolutely loving this new capture card of mine, despite having it for a little bit now, actually. Glad the videos are coming out at good quality, I guess. But yeah, that's all I've really got to say. See you later.